Hi everyone. In Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae, there's a scene where Arthur has a special coronation well into his reign after his Saxon wars. Now, at this special coronation, many people, important people from all over Britain attend, and one of them is an obscure figure called Morvid of Gloucester. He's said to be the consul of Gloucester, or in some way the leader of Gloucester, and he's called Morvid. That's M-O-R-V-I-D. So I started thinking, I wonder if I can find this Morvid of Gloucester in other records. So I had a look through Peter Bartram's A Welsh Classical Dictionary, and I couldn't find him there, but I did find some interesting bits of information. So in another part of Geoffrey of Monmouth's book, we find another Morvid, normally called Morvidus in modern sources. He's made one of the pre-Roman kings of Britain. Now this Morvidus, in the Welsh versions of Geoffrey's book, they swapped that name for Morud, or Morvid, I think is how you pronounce it, but it's M-O-R-U-D-D. So I think that's pronounced Morvid. So the point is, this is the Welsh form, or the Welsh equivalent of Morvidus, or Morvid. So when Geoffrey refers to Morvid, the leader of Gloucester in the time of Arthur, well, that indicates that we should really be looking for a Morud, or Morud, or Morith in the Welsh records. So there are a few figures with that name in a Welsh Classical Dictionary, but none of them are matches for the Morvid of Gloucester. I'll show you why. So on the one hand, we've got Morvid ap Aidan, who was around in the 10th century, so obviously that's not him. Then there's Morvid ap Eldad, but he was around in the 7th century, in 630. So again, that doesn't work. And then you've got Morvid ap Llywarch, and he would have been, well, he's the closest of all of them, but Llywarch was more of a mid to late 6th century figure, so his son, I don't think his son would have been an adult by the time of Arthur's special coronation, or possibly even at all during Arthur's reign. So that's unlikely. Plus, Llywarch was a northern figure, so logically his son would be in the north, which is far away from Gloucester. So I don't think that works either. So according to the entries in a Welsh Classical Dictionary, there is no good match for Morvid of Gloucester from the Historia Regum Britanniae. So I was thinking, well, as you probably know if you're watching this, I believe that King Arthur can be identified with Athros, son of Myric. So I was thinking, that being the case, since Gloucester, of all the places that Geoffrey mentions in this long list of people, Gloucester is the one that's closest to the area covered by the Book of Llandaff. So I was thinking, I wonder if I can find Morvid, or Morud, in a Book of Llandaff. So I had a look, and I'm pretty sure I've found him. There's only one person with a name remotely similar, and the name is actually very similar indeed. It's Morud. So the only difference is the I after the R. So it's M-O-R-I-U-D as opposed to M-O-R-U-D. The only difference is the I, but apart from that, it's identical. So I'm quite certain that this is the Morvid that Geoffrey mentioned. Not only is the name virtually identical, but he's also one of the witnesses in a land grant that was overseen by the King of Erging. Now, Erging was a kingdom which encompassed much of Herefordshire and Gloucestershire. So the location of this Morud in the Book of Llandaff is also a very close match for the Morvid of Gloucester in Geoffrey of Monmouth's book. So both the name, the date, if you agree with the Athros theory, and the location are all excellent matches, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other reasonable candidate. So I'm pretty confident that the Morvid leader of Gloucester, mentioned by Geoffrey of Monmouth, is the Morud of the kingdom of Erging in the time of Athros.